Good morning, afternoon, or evening, all. Thanks for joining us today for Stable Stories. Stable Stories is a video series that explores the behind-the-scenes experiences, learnings, and insights of builders pioneering in the stablecoin industry. Today, we have Jorge Izquierdo, the founder of Tuyo. Tuyo is a fully non-custodial neobank that allows users to spend, send, save, and earn their stablecoins all in a super slick application. Welcome, Jorge. How you doing?
Hi, Dave. Thanks so much for having me.
Awesome. Yeah, stoked to have you guys on. We've got about half an hour here. I think
Awesome.
the best way to kick things off, like we do with every episode, tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and how you came to building Tuyo.
So, hi, I'm Jorge Izquierdo, co-founder and CEO of Tuyo. Tuyo, as you were mentioning, is a stablecoin neobank that is fully self-custodial. I joined the Ethereum community and started building on Ethereum coming to 10 years ago, which feels like crazy to say every time I say this. So yeah, it's I built I got enamored. I discovered Ethereum and got crazy about it, about like the stuff that you could build and how permissionless it was, like the values. And yeah, I haven't done anything ever since. I co-founded a project called Aragon, where we build infrastructure for DAOs because we were very, very excited about allowing people to, basically code your organization and have digital organizations that were even truer than legal organizations, in a sense. And Aragon is today at the backbone of very, very critical projects, such as, for example, Lido, which holds 25% of all the staked ETH that's built on top of Aragon's governance and protocol contracts, and a bunch of other very, very critical Ethereum projects. Fast forward a few years, after I had stopped working on Aragon day to day, had this realization that like there were like different parts of the Ethereum tech tree that were like coming together at the same time, so that we could actually build something that had like a great experience, something that everyone could use, even if there's like a lot of crypto behind the scenes, and also the fact that it was like cheap enough because like Ethereum was finally scaling with layer 2s. And also like DeFi was working, like stablecoins were there, AMMs were working, money markets were working. So it's like all the right pieces. So it's like we took on Tuyo to like build like such an incredible product, but like staying true to these very, very, very important values that we think need to be there for the future of money. It's like, I mean, in our team, we're convinced that like it's obvious that crypto is like eating all finance. Like we don't even debate that. But then that's like why it's even more and more important that like some of these values at the core, like self-custodial, permissionlessness, like all of these things need to be upheld because those are not going to happen by default. This is what we're building Tuyo, to build something that feels great to use, something that feels familiar to use, but at the same time comes with these like very, very important values that we care a lot for, and we think they're very, very important for the world.
Agree entirely. Love Aragon, by the way. I was in the Aragon ICO way back. Way back when. Fantastic project. So good pedigree. Cool. So from Aragon to stablecoins, what was your first experience with stablecoins? You remember the first time you used or like interacted with stablecoins?
100%. No, even before using them, I remember when we were like pitching Aragon in the early days. This is like when it was just my co-founder Luis and I hadn't even launched the beta product, and like we used to have the slides like this, like early 2017, and we're like, what things do we need for other people to do for Aragon to be successful? And like on that slide, we always had like this thing of like, we need like stablecoins, we didn't even call them stablecoins or like stable tokens or whatever. And it was like, for these companies, it was like at the beginning at Aragon, like we were more focused on like on-chain companies or decentralized companies, and we're like, we need something that's stable. There's like these companies kind of work and have like ETH be their own like operating treasury asset. So like that was like our thing that we had in this slide, like of things that we needed for Aragon. I don't remember what the other ones were, but then then stablecoins, 2017, there were no stablecoins, as you mentioned. Like, we did the Aragon ICO. We raised 270,000 ETH back when it was under $100. But then, we had ETH, and then we were very lucky because ETH went up a lot since then. But like, we couldn't. We had ETH, and some people call us, oh my God, you're a genius. It was like, we just couldn't take. I mean, we could have traded other tokens, but it took a while. It's like no one would bank Aragon because we did, or ICO, no KYC, blah blah. You should do these things, but that made things more complicated. And then it was like when DAI, the first version of single collateral DAI, finally launched, that we started being able to use stablecoins out of necessity. But yeah, that was the first experience, and we took then when ETH was down late 2018, we took on a massive, I think the biggest CDPs, as they were called back then, in Maker. So and we took DAI out of that. So that was like a pretty but bolsy move. Cool. But we use stablecoins out of necessity at Aragon.
Yeah, for sure. The reason I think the vast majority of people still use stablecoins in the real world today. It's a product that everyone recognized we needed so early on. It's actually funny that so many of the things in crypto, everyone clearly recognized they were needed, but the industry just hadn't caught up from a technical perspective to provide those primitives that we've got today to play with, right? Nice. So let's switch over to Tuyo a little bit. So Tuyo describes itself as a Swiss bank in your phone. Can you dive a little deeper into what that means exactly?
Yeah. So the thing with Tuyo is that something that was very, very important for us is that Tuyo passes Tuyo is one useful. You can use Tuyo in your day-to-day. We have a fantastic card. You can transfer money to a bank account and also other crypto wallets. But it was very, very important that it passes what I call the two tests of self-custody. Test number one is, can the app or service, in this case, can Tuyo move or access users' funds without their permission or intent, which is obviously no. And then the second test of self-custodialness, which a lot of people fail, is can the user move their funds even if the app or service, in this case Tuyo, is doing everything it can to prevent the user from doing it. And in order for you to be completely self-custodial, you need to pass both tests. This is and then we make the analogy with the Swiss bank in the sense that hey, it's your money. You can do whatever you want with it, and you're eventually in control. And it's very important for us that gun to our head. Some bad cops come here and they're we need you to move money for user 0x ABC whatever. That we cannot do anything. But at the same time, that you're getting to a point in which but you also you have a Visa card that you can use, and how you build that so that the two things are true at the same time. Into use outside of the flow of funds. So it's been it's an interesting way to build it. But the story and the message to users is your money is yours. And actually we named the company after this concept. So Tuyo means yours in Spanish, and it's because money in Tuyo is yours. It's not ours. It's not anyone else's. It's actually yours.
Yeah. I love that. It sounds like you built the product up from philosophical first principles, which I think is incredibly powerful long term. Did you find there was any challenges in executing on shipping a product based on that design choice versus looking at what's available and building something from there? Were there any unique challenges?
It's harder. You just need to work harder. For a lot of things that we've built that have taken months of engineering, design, and effort, you have an API that you can buy off the shelf. I wouldn't name names, but you can buy off the shelf and be integrated in a week. And like the experience that the user will feel is probably kind of similar. So for a lot of things, it's just like making the decision of taking the hard part and doing things right. And then we've seen like at other points that by design or by luck that then we've been able to gain the roots from that. An example is like, for example, like because like we just like their users have their wallet and they're interacting directly with DeFi protocols, we were able to do something that is like very, very hard and very few others are able to do or in that way, which is like, hey, the money that you can spend with your card can be on DeFi earning on a vault until the very moment until you tap your card to spend. And that's like something that unless you went pretty deep and like did things right, it's like very, very hard because it's like, yeah, you use like a card provider, which is like basically prepaid, which is fine until like you want to be in like this like cool new vault that launched a week ago, right? It's like, but yeah, this has been like for a lot of things. It's just a little bit. It's just more effort, and the hard part, and why I think some of our competitors decide not to do it. This was like users don't care, and we've seen this time and time again in crypto. And I've been here for almost 10 years, and I still get somewhat surprised, which is like. That they don't care about certain things and about like, oh, this being decentralized or self-custodial, but the reality is like users are not willing to trade off at all on the experience. It's like, yeah, you're self-custodial, but this thing is giving me 5% more APY, or yeah, but this is like more annoying to use. I don't like it, and they will use it. And like we saw this with FTX. FTX crashed. Of course, like the morning that FTX crashed, like everyone and their mom wished like, oh my god. I wish FTX would have been self-custodial, but then like a week after, like everyone had forgotten, and like we moved on to the next FX, and that was it. And this is why I'm so happy that things has Hyperliquid now exist that tackle this. But again, like people don't use Hyperliquid due to values. It's like they needed to build like a competing product, the product that is as good or better, and then you can bring some of these important properties with you, but it's harder, and that's just the reality. The reality of it is like it's harder, and users don't necessarily care until they care, but you just have to do it anyway.
Yeah, it's such a weird cyclical pattern that plays out. It's that nobody cares, and then literally everybody cares for a very short period of time. And if you don't build that into the product that you're putting out, then that short period of time is potentially devastating. So, it's a very weird phenomenon. I don't think it's just crypto. I think it extends to pretty much every human, social, political, and economic environment. But it's something you have to account for, even though it requires more work to do so. Over the short term. Is what it is, I guess. It's but you kind of glossed over something that I wanted to like for my interest to focus on, which is the earn function. So basically what you're saying is there's a single balance that you can earn yield on until the absolute moment that you spend it. So it's like instantaneous redemption of yield-bearing stable tokens or stable coins. Can you please explain more about how that works? Because that sounds it sounds incredible, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of tech behind that, and like you see a single balance, but there are many balances. Just like they get aggregated into something easy to understand. But yeah, I mean, like starting from the top, to earn allows users to interact directly with DeFi protocols and basically deposit their USDC or whatever asset that we support. We have also euros or BTC or ETH. Basically put that into DeFi bots, and then we we have some vaults in the app that we think they're reasonable enough vaults, but we're just connecting users with these protocols. So like committing into vaults. How it works now is that you can also, like, if you enable this in the app, these positions that you have in USDC vaults, we allow people to make that part of their card balance and enable them to spend it. So that's like Tuyo earn, and like going a little bit deeper. Try not to get too technical, but it's like the way that Tuyo card works is that because of the properties like of how card networks work and how blockchains work, we basically need to have the money that is spendable in your card is money that needs to be, it's called in a collateral account in Tuyo. Just like another account that is the user's property, but it's basically a 2 out of 2 multisig between the user and ourselves, right? So this is all happening in the background. So when people set their daily limit for the Tuyo card, which is the reason why this exists, it creates a permission in the user's wallet, so that say it's $1,000, so like 1,000 USDC or USDC worth of vault shares can move between their main user account, which is completely self-custodial, to this like collateral account, which is like a 2 out of 2 multisig, if you will, between the user and ourselves. But then it's like very clear, like that money can only move either back to the user account or it can go to like liquidate their card balance. So the way it works is like whenever Visa tells us, hey, user Dave wants to spend $100, we will look at your collateral account and be like, yeah, Dave has $100. And if you don't have enough money, like we will just say no, Dave doesn't have enough money. And then if we say yes, we know that you will pay for that card transaction. And because we've built like all of this in house, like we're able to move basically vault shares or at the same time as USDC and count that. And then the moment that a payment is approved, the money actually is still in your collateral account, but we just lock it as like that's no longer your balance. And eventually, at the end of the day, we'll collect all the money that you owe to pay for your purchases. So that we also have like some nice properties that we like. You don't have like an on-chain transaction every time you spend with your card, as other card products work, because that's actually very bad OPSEC. If like someone knows your address and like they're looking and it's like 4 a.m. and I just did my fourth $20 transaction, someone might be like, yeah, I think Jorge's out drinking. So we try to obfuscate a little bit on chain. There's a lot more for us to do in the privacy department, but I think this is good enough. But yeah, that's the gist of it, of like the bolts and the card and the collateral, how that works.
That's really amazing. It sounds like a great feature. Cool. And that's not the only thing. Tuyo is also leaning into AI payments. Can you talk a little bit about that as well? Because I think that's going to be absolutely massive. And I'm not seeing a lot of other projects that are doing that right now on the wallet side.
Yeah, this is something that we worked on for a few weeks during the summer. At this point, it's mostly an exploration that people can use to kind of get a glimpse of the future. Basically, what we saw is that you have like all these incredible AI tools that can do stuff for you, but they cannot get access to your money. Like they cannot actually perform stuff in the world that involves money. So what we built is like, okay, let's do it so that you can connect to your AI flows, AI agents, AI chatbots via MCP, which is basically like an extensibility protocol for a standard extensibility protocol for AI stuff. So basically, like your AI things can look at your Tuyo balance, they can perform trades, they can put money into earn, like they can like analyze your transactions, and they can also do payments. But yeah, which is like pretty nice. The reality of it is that AI agents right now with the state of the technology, like late 2025, like they're still too sloppy. For like one, people don't trust them to give them access to your bank account. Even though in Tuyo you can like use like very similar technology that we use for the card. Like you can give them like your agent. You can be like, yeah, this agent like ChatGPT. You get like maximum of $10 of my money per week. I don't. If you need more money, I need to confirm. Like we have that technology. But people are still not looking forward to give like AI access to even like a part of their bank account. And the other truth is like agents are still not there for like when this becomes really, really interesting is like when you can give agents like a long running task and something that is happening asynchronously in the background. And like we're still not there. I think the agents that people are using the most these days is like coding agents, and we're like at maybe like 10 minutes that they can perform autonomously, but like longer than that, like they start getting into rabbit holes. So right now, unfortunately, it's more of like a cool tech demo, and it's like fantastic. And like the first time you use it, you're like, wow, did the AI just do this? And it's great, but it's like immediately we're not seeing people going crazy about it. But it's like it's obvious. It's like obvious that everyone's gonna get their
Give it
own.
6 months.
Yeah. And like everyone's gonna get it, and this is the holy grail. It's like you put Tuyo with your AI agent, and suddenly you get like better money services and money stuff than the best private banker like someone can have, and you can give this to everyone in the world, and that can have like a super democratizing effect of like it's like a lot of people have like a maybe not the people listening to this podcast, but like some people have like weird relationship with money, and like people don't like to like touch money things or like make investments or whatever. And this can be something that really helps out people take care of all these things and make more reasonable decisions with their money, or like just like automate a bunch of bullshit in their life. But unfortunately, we're not there. But like people can try it out. Like you can go to ChatGPT and connect to your stuff. Yeah,
that's really interesting. Are you doing anything with X402?
No, we didn't do it with X402. No, we didn't get to it.
Okay. There's so the one thing I was going to say was I remember, and you're probably too young. I might be dating myself a little bit on this, but like when the internet came out, nobody wanted to bank on the internet because they didn't trust it. They had to go to the physical branch and do their thing. And now that just, my wife's parents are still like that, but they're a very, very small minority. So I think the same is going to be true for AI payments. There's a level of distrust there with anything that's like as fundamentally new, but eventually it's going to be standard operating procedure for everyone, right? Yeah. Cool. Also, one more big thing I wanted to make sure we got to. Tuyo just announced a rewards program, or you guys are coming out with a rewards program.
Yes.
Talk to me about that.
Yeah, by the time this is out, Tuyos will already be out. So this is something that we've been working incredibly hard. But like the core idea is, if you use like Tuyos are the loyalty rewards program for Tuyo, and if you use the app, you get these points back, and these are going to be incredibly important in the future. We're not announcing anything else at this point of like what can you do with a point or a Tuyo, which we're calling, but yeah. So
in my notes,
yes.
I underlined in capitals "incredibly important." That's
yes.
the takeaway.
It's definitely at the core of it, and it's like the experience. It just feels great, and the core idea is like it's super. Tuyo becomes better when more people use it, and kicking off the network effect. So that people can send money to each other or like send money back home. So it's like very, very important, and we really want to reward those that use it at the beginning, make it grow at the beginning, and invite their friends. So yeah, this is launched by the time this goes live, and yeah, we're super excited, and we're gonna be continuing working a lot and this down this path, and giving making people that get Tuyos very happy. That's like our main priority for the next few months and years now.
Amazing. I think that's probably a good place to leave it. If people want to get involved, want to use Tuyo, where should they go? What's the best way?
Yeah, it's just tuyo.com. The app's available for both iPhone and Android users. And yeah, we're also on Twitter, where we launch our product announcements and everything.
Awesome. And we'll put the links in the show notes as well on YouTube, so that it's easy to get to.
Awesome.
Perfect. Jorge, this has been a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining. Great episode.
Likewise.
I like the app. I think the aesthetics and the UX is really smooth, but understanding a little bit more about the philosophical principles it was built on and where you guys are headed. I'm excited to get my card.
Thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of technology and complexity and like moving pieces below that pretty UI and pretty animations that we think that's the only way to expand that tech, and like the dream of having people have self-custodial crypto, which I think, and I was telling that the other day to someone, that I think for someone, at least for someone my age or like my friends, like it's like, I think it's irresponsible not to have like at least some of your money and funds in self-custodial crypto. And I think it's like incredibly freeing that you can just cross borders, go wherever, transfer money in seconds to anywhere in the world. I think that's incredibly freeing, and I wouldn't give that up for anything in the world. And we just want to make that accessible and extend it to as many people as we can.
I agree totally. Getting on my own little soapbox, because I have been in crypto for a long time as well. Just seeing the number of things coming out right now that we're finally kind of solving the UX problem. But so many products are going to come out with the word crypto on them that are basically garbage under the hood, because they look good and they do the job. And like we talked about earlier, most of the time people don't care. The products that really stand out, and I think that will stand the test of time, are the ones that are built taking the hard path because it's the right thing to do. So for what it's worth. Cool. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much. It's been Stable Stories. Tune in next week. Have a fantastic week, Jorge, and everyone. Cheers.
Thank you, Dave. That was a blast.
Thank you.